A triangle is just half a parallelogram. Here's a parallelogram. Now, if we imagine cutting it in half along one of the diagonals, you end up, as you can see, with two triangles. We know that the area of the full parallelogram would be base times perpendicular height. So the area of half of this is going to be base times perpendicular height over 2. You can also think of this as half times base times height, or base times half height. So there are three forms: base times height over 2, half base times height, and base times half height. And each of these might be easier to use in a given situation. Here are some examples. In example A, I want to find the area of the triangle. So in this case, I'm just going to do base times height and then half. I get the base being 3 centimeters, perpendicular height of 4, and then I halve. 3 fours are 12, half of 12 is 6. So my answer there would be 6 centimeters squared. If you notice, by the way, a right angle triangle is really half of a rectangle or half of a square sometimes, because that's a special case of a parallelogram. In B, again, we could do it base times height, then half, but we could also do 1/2 base times height. Half of the base is 4, half of 8 is 4. Multiplied by the height is 5, which gives us an answer of 20 centimeters squared, which is a little bit easier than doing 8 times 5, which is 40, and then halving it. And for C, we just need to be aware that we don't need 7, because 7 is neither the base nor the height. It's one of the slanted lengths, so we don't need it. We use the base, which is 10, the height is 6, and just to illustrate it, we could do base times half height. So that would give us 10 times half of 6 is 3, giving us an answer of 30 centimeters squared. Here are some questions for you to try. Please pause the video now and have a go at them, and when you're ready for the answers, press play. I'd like you to find the area of the first two triangles and then the height of the last triangle. Here are the answers. For these questions, we should have 25 centimeters squared, 48 meters squared, and for the last question, we need to find a number, so the height, which when I multiply it by 9 and then halve will give me 63. To find this number, I've done the opposite of dividing by 2, which is multiplying by 2 to give us 126, and then the opposite of timesing by 9 is dividing by 9, giving me an answer of 14. So the answer should be 14 centimeters.